Do you ever question whether an older woman is sexually attracted to you but you're not quite sure about the signals? Today, we're going to dive into the subtle signs that most men overlook when it comes to understanding an older woman's sexual attraction. By the end of this video, you'll be able to pick up on these subtle cues with confidence, giving you a deeper insight into her true feelings. Stay tuned for our bonus tip at the end of the video, which ties all these points together beautifully. You won't want to miss it. Ready to sharpen your perception and decode what she's really communicating? Let's get started and uncover these signs together. 1. Pay attention to her lips. When it comes to understanding the subtle signals of attraction, one of the most overlooked yet telling signs lies right in front of you: her lips. Now you might be thinking, what's so special about a pair of lips? But here's the thing. The way a woman's lips move, the subtle gestures she makes, can speak volumes about her interest in you, even when her words don't. Let's move into this. Imagine you're having a conversation with an older woman, and as you're talking, you notice her lips slightly parting or moistening. It's a small, almost imperceptible movement, but it's not random. This subtle action often indicates that she's drawn to you. When a woman is attracted, her body unconsciously reacts, and the lips, being one of the most expressive parts of the face, are no exception. This slight parting or moistening is her body's way of preparing for potential intimacy, signaling her heightened awareness of your presence. But it's not just about the physical act of moistening the lips, it's also about the context. Is she leaning in a bit closer? Is she holding eye contact just a fraction longer than usual? If so, her lips are sending a signal that her words might not convey. This is especially true with older women, who often master the art of subtlety. They may not be overt in expressing their attraction, but these micro-expressions can be a window into their true feelings. So, the next time you're in conversation with an older woman and notice her lips parting or moistening, take note. It's one of those quiet, yet powerful signals that she's captivated by you. Don't just listen to what she's saying. Watch what she's doing. Her lips might just be telling you everything you need to know. 2. Watch her feet. When it comes to decoding the subtle signals of attraction, most men focus on the obvious eyes, lips, or even body language, but one of the most telling indicators is often right under your nose, or rather under your line of sight: her feet. Yes, you heard that right. The position and direction of a woman's feet can reveal more about her feelings than you might think. So, why are her feet so important? Well, it's simple. Our feet tend to point toward what we're most interested in, often without us even realizing it. This is especially true in social settings where a woman might be more guarded with her facial expressions or body language. Her feet, however, are less likely to lie. If you're in a conversation with an older woman and you notice her feet subtly angled in your direction, take it as a good sign. It's a subconscious signal that her attention is focused on you, and she's open to your approach. Imagine you're at a gathering and you're not quite sure if the older woman you're talking to is interested. You exchange smiles, maybe even share a laugh, but you're still hesitant. Here's where the feet come into play. If her feet are pointing towards you, even just slightly, it's a strong indicator that she's drawn to you. On the flip side, if her feet are pointed away or towards an exit, it might be a sign that she's not fully engaged or is looking for a way out of the conversation. The beauty of this signal lies in its subtlety. Most men overlook it, focusing too much on what's being said rather than what's being shown. But if you start paying attention to where her feet are directed, you'll begin to pick up on these quiet cues. So next time you're trying to gauge her interest, glance down at her feet. They might just be pointing you in the right direction toward her heart. 3. Notice how she finds reasons to talk to you. Communication is a powerful tool, and when an older woman is attracted to you, she'll often use it to bridge the gap between you both. But unlike overt flirting, these interactions can be subtle, almost effortlessly woven into everyday life, making them easy to overlook if you're not paying attention. Have you ever noticed that she frequently reaches out to you over seemingly trivial matters? Perhaps she sends you a text asking for a recommendation on a good restaurant, even though she could easily find that information elsewhere. Or maybe she strikes up a casual conversation about a movie you mentioned liking, even if it's not typically her genre. These are not random occurrences. They're deliberate openings she's creating to connect with you on a deeper level. It's all about finding excuses to engage with you, to hear your voice, or to share a moment, no matter how small. An older woman with interest will often remember little details about your life, and use them as conversation starters. She might ask about that project you were working on or follow up on a story you told weeks ago. This level of attentiveness goes beyond common courtesy. It's a sign that she's invested in knowing more about you and keeping the dialogue flowing. Now, distinguishing between friendly behavior and romantic interest can be tricky, but the key lies in consistency and depth. Friendly interactions are typically sporadic and surface level, focusing on general topics without much personal investment. In contrast, romantic interest reveals itself through frequent, purposeful conversations that delve into more personal territories. She'll not only initiate talks, but also sustain them, showing genuine curiosity about your thoughts, feelings, and experiences. Additionally, pay attention to the context and tone of these interactions. Does she laugh a little more when talking to you? Does she respond promptly and thoughtfully to your messages? Does she create opportunities to spend time alone with you, even in simple settings like grabbing a coffee or taking a walk? These nuanced behaviors collectively paint a picture of her true intentions. So, the next time she reaches out over something seemingly minor, don't dismiss it as mere friendliness. Look beneath the surface, and you might just discover that she's been paving the way for a closer connection all along. Recognizing and responding to these cues can open doors to meaningful relationships that you might have otherwise missed. 4. Observe her sense of humor. Humor is often described as the shortest distance between two people, and when an older woman is interested in you, she'll use it as a bridge to draw you closer. But humor isn't just about making you laugh. It's a subtle, powerful way for her to test the waters of your connection and see if you're both on the same wavelength. Picture this. You're in a conversation with her, and she suddenly drops a clever or cheeky comment. Maybe it's a playful tease about something you mentioned earlier, or a witty remark that's perfectly timed to the flow of your dialogue. After she delivers the punchline, you notice her eyes flicker toward you, just for a split second, as if she's gauging your reaction. This glance isn't accidental. It's her way of checking whether you share the same sense of humor, whether you're vibing on the same frequency. This moment of eye contact, brief as it may be, is loaded with meaning. It's not just about the joke itself, but about what comes after. Does she smile when you laugh? Does she seem more relaxed when you respond positively? If so, she's seeking more than just a laugh. She's looking for validation, a sign that you get each other. Humor in this context becomes a litmus test for compatibility. By sharing a joke and then seeking your reaction, she's subtly inviting you into her world, testing to see if you can connect on a deeper, more personal level. For older women, who often value meaningful interactions over superficial banter, this exchange is particularly telling. It's a way for her to build rapport, to create a private little bubble of shared experiences where both of you can feel comfortable and understood. If she's making an effort to amuse you and then eagerly awaits your response, it's her way of saying, "I'm interested, are you?" But there's more to it than just the joke itself. Pay attention to the timing and frequency. Is she consistently trying to make you laugh? Does she seem particularly attuned to what makes you smile? These aren't random acts, they're calculated moves to deepen the connection. And if you notice that she lights up when you respond in kind, it's a strong sign that she's attracted to you. So, the next time you find yourself laughing together, take a moment to appreciate the layers beneath the humor. It's not just about the shared joke, it's about the shared moment, the mutual recognition of something that only the two of you understand. This is where connections are forged, and if you're observant, you'll realize that every joke she cracks and every glance she steals are her way of inviting you to see if you're both on the same page. Responding to this invitation could be the key to unlocking a deeper relationship that goes beyond the surface. Bonus tip: pay attention to her attentiveness and behavior around other women. Here's a bonus tip that can reveal more than you might expect. Observe how she acts when you're around other women. If an older woman is attracted to you, her demeanor can subtly shift in these moments. You might notice that she suddenly becomes more attentive, perhaps leaning in closer to you or engaging more actively in the conversation. It's as if she's making sure you know she's there, reminding you of her presence without being overt. But there's more. She might also become slightly more assertive, steering the conversation in ways that keep your focus on her. This isn't about jealousy, it's about subtle competition. By ensuring she remains in your orbit, she's signaling that she values your attention and wants to keep it. It's her way of quietly marking her territory, showing that she's interested and doesn't want to be overshadowed. If you notice this shift in her behavior, take it as a clear sign of her attraction. Next, discover surprising facts about the sex lives of older women, or learn the subtle ways women test men. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe for more.